Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.
Welcome to another episode of Tales from the Void podcast. I bring you your glorious hosts.
I'm Sean.
I am Josh.
And I'm Mike. Let's rock and roll. All right, on tonight's show, tonight's episode, we have something really cool.
Live on Christmas.
Live on Crispin. Here we are to bring you the best subjects from our fans. So we were at a party Saturday, was it?
Correct.
Saturday.
All night.
Over at our friend Brandon and Beth's house. It was a holiday party.
Love you, Brandon.
We Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. Is that what it is?
I saw the spelling on that. I was like, hey, it's Brandon's party.
It's
Invite.
Brandon's party.
Yeah.
So Josh made an announcement at the party and asked people to submit subjects for us to go over, and that we put all the subjects in an envelope and then sealed it, only to be opened.
We sealed it. This thing has been sealed
It has been
for
sealed.
48 hours.
It has been sealed and glued. Yep. So here it is. We're going to open it up. All the subjects contained therein is a total mystery to us, except I saw one, and I hope I didn't get it, because it is something interesting. It was one word. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so let's open it up, and we'll divvy them out, and we'll just discuss as we go. So thank you, friends who participated. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, friends.
And we'll be calling on you again, I'm sure. All right, here it goes. God damn. Okay. Let's see here. We got some. There's some for Sean. Josh, those are yours.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And these are mine. Okay. I don't know if they're fairly evenly split up. We'll have to decide as we go on. I'd like one of you guys to go ahead and fire away.
I got it.
All right.
I'm right here.
Sean.
All right. This one is a series, so I'm just going to read them off.
Okay.
Yay, nay, or if you have an explanation,
Okay.
let's discuss it. First one, breast augmentation.
Nay.
Yay.
I'm a nay.
Yeah.
I'm a
no.
nay.
Wait, for me?
No.
No, not for you.
Oh,
Maybe it
because
just
I
It's
was
just your preference.
okay.
Yeah, maybe just in general. Let's just go with preference.
I'm gonna go with either. I don't really.
Absolutely not. Keep those babies real.
Yeah.
What? They're
them
not
real.
babies.
Keep. Well, they feed babies.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
You can't feed kids once they've been
Yes,
altered,
they
can
do.
you?
I have no idea. I'm not.
Probably
I'm
not.
a,
That would be unsanitary.
Is
Well,
it
not
No,
necessarily.
listen, they route the plumbing.
Yeah.
They're-
Route it.
they
Is
just-
it like just building a new bathroom around the old plumbing?
Ladies, this is how much we don't know. I just want to- basically, either way, I'm cool. Either way, I'm a completely different kind of part on a female type of a guy anyway. So.
If there's anybody that wants to send booby pictures to the podcast,
Come
yeah,
on.
you know what,
Guys.
and guys, yeah, gentlemen, please don't send your booby picture. And if you do, direct them to Sean.
yeah,
entirely.
SEAN at no.
Yeah.
All right, the second one, and this one's pretty close to Mike, circumcision.
I'm gonna
Why
go.
is it close to me?
I'm gonna go impartial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say it's close to you because you've had this discussion with me.
Well, we
before
had this
about your
discussion.
kid.
So we had the discussion and everything. We talked about it, and we weren't going to do it, and then we did it.
You did it.
So the decision, sure. Well, I don't know. It wasn't a
You were
societal.
so against
He
it.
I
caved.
know.
Mike caved.
Well, no, it was this whole societal
trade
pressure thing to
centers.
do or not do, or familial pressure to do or not do. And in the end, you make that decision literally on the fly.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
plan for it in the beginning, but when you get to that point, you're like, well,
I don't.
I had this decision made, or at least I thought I did, and actually I'm going to change that.
I don't
And
know
it's-
that it's a huge deal either way, right? Really?
No, it's not a huge deal.
Okay.
It's not a huge
Okay.
deal.
Well,
It is if you're trying to have a covenant with God, but other than that, it's
The
fine.
benefits and drawbacks are like they're minimal, aren't they?
Benefits and drawbacks are minimal. A lot of research has come out since the Middle Ages, so we're a lot more further along, I would have to say, scientifically, as far as medical problems or whatever.
Okay, then. So we got. I think we just had a big round of impartials.
Yeah.
Round of impartials.
Next.
Bow ties.
Oh, love bow ties.
I'm going to say I love bow ties because of Brandon's dog, Walter.
Walter is a handsome MF, although I'll also say that Hans turned me on to bow ties.
I was just going to say
Yeah.
I love bow ties. Compliments of both Jeeves and Hans.
Jeeves,
Oh,
I've not
Jeeves
seen
wears-
in a bow
Jeeves
tie.
wears a bow tie?
He'll rock a bow tie.
Is that
Jeff-
with or without a shirt?
Jeff, if you wear a bow tie, send pictures to Tales from the Void.
Care of.
Yeah,
Care of Sean Walford.
Were you trying to do our email?
I forgot it.
talesfromthevoidcast@gmail.com.
Tales from the Voidcast at
Attention, Sean.
gmail.com.
All right, so your bow tie, and bow tie, we're good.
We're good?
Yeah.
No discussion. And
Yeah.
the last one, how to tie shoelaces and the struggles that follow.
Oh, my Christ.
Now, this one I'm near and dear to because for some reason my shoelaces always tend to shift to the left, and then when I walk, they come undone.
I actually don't tie my shoes like anyone else because I don't do the.
Loop, swoop, and ball.
I don't. Yeah, I don't do that. I have to do like the double
Oh,
bows.
The bunny ears.
Yeah.
Oh, you double
Yeah,
bow it?
I double bow.
Oh, you don't go around the tree and
Bunny
all that
ear,
shit?
yeah, bunny ears, as Sean put it.
Yeah.
Nope, I never was taught the one loop and one lace.
That's
ordeal.
crazy. It's how I tie everything. Is that?
That's how I judge my friends.
Yeah,
That's how I
the
judge my
bunny ears is how I was taught, and then I just said, forget it. That works, so I'm just going to do it for the rest of my life.
I do the loopy thing,
Yeah.
right? The running around the base of the tree, the whole bit. So I do that, but probably in the last year or two,
He
I
sings
don't
the song,
I don't
too.
tie my shoes anymore. You see, I removed the insole, the insert,
Yeah.
and I tuck the shoelaces under that insert, and I put the insert back in, and I just slip my shoes on and off. I got no problems in life, buddy. I can kick these bad boys off, put my feet up, and enjoy my life.
Until he needs to run from an alien ship that's lived on the
Yeah.
ground
If
for
I need to
1,000
run from
years.
an alien ship, I'm going to run. If my shoes come off, it's in a fit of joy. I'm just going to keep going.
Oh, fit of joy.
Fit of joy.
Dude, you're clumsy as it is. Those shoes come off. You're toast.
You say clumsy,
You're
He's going to be
toast.
doing
and you
one of
mean
those
graceful.
runs and a ballerina leap of just like, I'm being chased by aliens.
Or just yell whatever Mario yells before he punches a brick.
Oh, yeah, that. Boing.
It's a me Mario.
Those were mine.
Okay. All right. Josh?
Oh, you want me to grab mine?
Yeah,
Grab
grab
it,
yours,
buddy.
dude. Grab it, but not in public.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
You get arrested for that.
You can.
What?
Just, you got to go.
Oh,
you
this
gotta
is
read
just
it.
her. Oh, this is her. I forgot. No, I forgot. I was actually there when she wrote this, but
Okay.
this is actually Michelle's, and the top has nothing to do with her, so I'm not going to read that.
Oh, Sean, did yours have a name on it?
Boo.
Yeah, did yours have a name?
No, it did not.
Okay.
Aw, can we see the handwriting? Maybe we can
I
do
have a
some
feeling it's
detective
Pamela.
work.
I get this feeling.
Did she have a red pen? It's possible.
Okay.
I guess maybe I don't know her handwriting.
I'm
all
assuming
that
it's
well.
Pamela anyway. I'm throwing out the accusation.
Everything that we don't, anyone that we don't know
It's
is
Phil.
an immediate.
Nope, Phil.
Okay.
That was Phil.
We're gonna just try to gauge on whether or not it's male or female.
I'd like to blame John Schwab.
That
'cause he
looks
gave me the
like
cold fish
female
handshake.
handwriting, but we don't know who it is.
It's Phil.
No, this is not female handwriting.
Any impartial, any unnamed ones is Phil from here going forward. Agreed?
Also, unless if you know yourself,
disagree.
your
Jerk.
augmentation in breast augmentation is missing a G. If it's you and you don't like G's, that was your topic.
that was not,
Racist.
that's not Pamela. She spells.
oh
Smells.
So essentially, whoever wrote that,
Yeah.
write hate mail care of Tales
Yeah.
from the Void podcast
Yeah,
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
but make
Or
sure
the
you
Facebook
make
page.
sure you address it to Josh.
Yes.
Okay, why is Michelle so sweet?
Because her mother dipped her in,
Underlined, by the way.
because her mother dipped her in honey when she was a baby.
Oh my God, Sean might be right. It really says why is Michelle so sweet?
That is her topic.
She even told us
She
as she
did.
wrote it.
This
She's
was the one.
written-
This was the one that we knew because she
Yeah.
said it out loud.
Michelle, I will say this: Michelle's one of the coolest people I know. I definitely put her on that side of people that I know. Cool, good person, sweethearted, good-natured human being. So yeah, definitely. Why is she so sweet?
Why is the door open?
Because we. Well, apparently Josh doesn't want any burglars sneaking in. There's the door,
And here it comes.
And
That was pretty
well,
soft.
that was pretty good. It's pretty
Nice.
good. Yeah.
CPU
So
here.
so she's somebody you need to have in your life. That's certainly true.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so
I've given her,
fucking envelope.
I have given Michelle enough sentimental wordings, so I don't think she needs to hear any more from me.
if you three were the Three Stooges, which Stooge would you be and why?
Shemp, because I'm just a replacement.
Who?
Shemp?
Chimp?
Shemp?
I don't know their names.
Shemp?
How about this? How about we pick for each other?
I have no idea who
Who
they
would
are.
I
so
be?
I don't know.
You don't know
Curly
who the
Mo?
Three Stooges
Yeah,
are?
you're the guy who is clearly
Curly.
you.
Yeah, you're Curly.
Curly.
100%.
Curly,
dude.
100%.
100%.
Because you make stupid noises.
and you break everything.
and you fart. You do a lot of wet farts. What
I don't think
would you
Curly
be?
farts, dude.
I don't really know.
I think you're the bowl cut guy.
I'm Mo.
Mo.
I'm Mo.
Mo.
He's kind of like the ringleader who just gets pissed off at everyone.
That's you.
That's Mike.
That is Mike.
Yeah.
What?
That is Mike.
I
You
get
do
pissed
tend
off
to
at
get
everyone.
more angry than he does.
Do I
Yeah,
get-
you get angrier
What makes
than I
him
do.
curly
like
then?
The
you,
kerfuffles between you two is crazy.
That's really interesting. That's really interesting. It's the worst
you
part.
sweat. You sweat when you start to get angry.
Do I really?
You do, man.
From my taint?
So I guess that leaves
So-
me as
What are you?
Larry. I'm Larry.
Harry?
I'm just Larry, man.
There's a Larry?
The yeah.
Nobody likes Larry, dude.
Thanks. Well, then that's me.
You're welcome. Does no one like Larry?
No, I feel like Larry's got some fans.
Wow. Well, it's definitely not Sean, who's up next.
Yeah, you're up next, buddy.
Best Christmas movie that doesn't have some bullshit moral lesson.
Oh my God! Even National Lampoons has a message.
Only a very. I was gonna
Yeah,
name that
very
one only
slight
It's
because
there.
it's
It's there.
very loose.
What
it's
is it?
there.
It's very loose.
Merry Christmas, kiss my ass, kiss his ass, kiss your ass. Saw some parts in that movie. Yeah, it's very loose, but all those
Santa's
movies.
Sleigh.
Oh, but that's not. Is that
It's a Christmas movie.
Santa's SLAY?
Yeah, but it's not like his sled.
Well, I mean,
It's like him murdering people.
okay.
The Ref. Does the Ref have a moral
Is
lesson?
that a Christmas movie?
It takes place during Christmas.
But is it a Christmas movie?
I mean, can you count?
Yeah.
is
Okay.
it-
Well, I'll let it. Okay.
And for fuck's sake,
I'll allow it.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Die Hard. Well, that'd be like saying The Ref is a Christmas movie.
Die
Because
Hard
they
takes
take
place in
place-
like the beginning of December.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just because they have Christmas trees and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there is one. How about Reindeer Games? That doesn't have.
That's not.
That is totally. They do a friggin' robbery at Christmas. It's all about Christmas, but it's called Reindeer Games.
Okay.
Ben Affleck is even wearing a Santa suit.
It's Ben Affleck, but yes, he's wearing a Santa
I've never
suit.
seen it.
Santa suit.
He's wearing a Santa suit.
I'm
because
going
he's
now.
a handsome man. Handsome
I guess
man.
the answer is we enjoy Christmas movies, but we can't think of one.
We just thought of like 30.
Yeah, I got more.
All right, now I think I'm pretty sure this is a Phil. I think I know this writing. Okay,
That sounds
movie
like a Phil already.
movie slash album that inspires you and why. Discuss how it impacted you when you first saw / heard. So, a movie or an album that inspires you and why?
What Nirvana album, Josh? Let's get through this.
Nirvana.
Wouldn't it be Pearl Jam?
Wouldn't it be?
No.
Maybe you're gonna throw a curveball.
Because I like Nirvana, or I like Pearl. Wow. All right. I like Pearl Jam, so I'm not going to mock them.
So you decide to mock Nirvana. Well,
Yeah.
what was it, Josh?
Oh, what do
What's inspired you and why?
if we're gonna talk about music, I could go on for days, man. There's tons.
Let's start.
I feel like we already kind of almost loosely covered this
We did
thing.
loosely cover that thing. However, inspiring movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Jobs?
Jobs was a great movie. I don't know about inspiring though.
Really?
Well,
Really?
some of the little tidbits in there, of course. Well, it's like a primer. Like you do that first, and then you go read the real stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have that book? Do you have Steve Jobs' autobiography?
Anyway,
No, seriously, I'm wondering.
no, I do not. I don't have it. I put it back. So really, we're just really void of any inspirational things. No,
Well, you've been shooting them down left and right.
I think an inspirational movie for me,
Little Mermaid,
really friggin' close.
Beauty and the Beast,
What's it called?
Loose Change.
Loose Change. What the hell, dude?
What is loose change?
It's a 9/11 conspiracy movie.
Oh.
And it changes every year. Like they add shit to it. It's a never-ending.
Okay.
It's not really inspiring, Phil. I will say this. I'll say the movie The Shining is really sweet. I liked it. And I think the way it inspired me would be looking and paying attention to everything that's in the background of things.
Oh, okay.
So like maybe it put me in that zone where when I watch a movie, I try to gauge the director's sneaky little secrets, you know,
Right.
the little Easter eggs and stuff like that, because that movie's just packed.
You are really good at picking that stuff up.
Because of that movie.
Yeah.
The movie's crazy.
How about an album? I'll go with an album. Young Mountain by This Will
Yes.
Destroy You.
Yes.
Dang.
I can listen to that thing start to finish
Every
and,
day of my life.
Yeah, seriously. Like I can listen to that album and I do feel inspired. Like I feel like, man, I can do any type of shit that I want when I listen to this album. And it just, you listen to it and I can just drift away and go to places, man. It's
Their self-titled LP is also quite amazing. These are short albums that have, 6 or 7 tracks on them, but are just astoundingly good.
Yep.
Sean
You got something?
Shaun of the Dead probably
Don't
inspired you.
Don't disappoint Phil.
Don't
I
let
was just
Phil
gonna
down.
say Rocky 4.
Rocky what?
Rocky 4.
Why not Rocky 1?
Why not Rocky 3?
Why not Rocky 2?
Because 2 he wins, 3 he loses because he's cocky, and then he wins. So that's Rocky 4 he gets beaten to shit until like the last round, and then comes back and wins.
That's true. That's the Russian one, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
That was where that's actually where Eye of the Tiger came from. Started, I should say. Was Rocky 4.
No.
I think it was Rocky 4.
3.
I thought it was 3
Was
too.
it 3?
3.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, 3.
All right. Sorry, Phil.
I love
Sorry.
all the music that has come out of Rocky 2. Rocky 3 or 4. Doesn't matter which Rocky.
Who's next? Mikey, you're next?
Yeah, I'm next, man. Let me open this paper.
Yeah.
What's your take on hair and makeup? Now, be honest with me.
Again.
What's your take on hair and makeup? Sean, fired up.
I don't look good with makeup, and I haven't had hair since I was 17, so I couldn't tell you.
So basically, worst question. Josh, hair and makeup.
Sean, I love you, friend.
I think the point this person's trying to make is, what is your take on hair
How
and
about
makeup?
this?
On
I'm going to
your-
give my preference
Yeah,
on
on a female.
female.
Yeah.
Hair?
Yes.
Hair?
Yes.
I prefer long hair. I like longer hair on girls. Makeup as minimal as possible.
There are some females that overdo it,
Well, yeah.
and it gives them that like.
Is that what you like, the mimes?
Negative.
Okay.
Actually, I like the exact opposite.
So tell me about your hair and makeup preference then.
my hair. Makeup
You shouldn't look like two different people when you take your makeup off.
Or two
Yeah.
dudes.
Or two dudes.
or 2 dudes. That's
What's your hair and makeup preference, Sean?
hair is. I'm either way about it. It depends on the person. If it looks short hair looks good on her, fine. If it doesn't, then hopefully it's longer hair later on.
Yeah.
Like Josh said, makeup is more of an accent. It shouldn't be a new face. So like, and then there are those females you see from like 90 yards away, and you're like, too much cover girl.
Too much cover girl. Hair and makeup for me. My wife being a hairstylist, she gets it right pretty much all the time. But hair, I don't care. I don't care. I used to care a lot about what it looked like.
It's
and
more
stuff
about
like
the
that.
face.
But that's it. That's it exactly. So for me, it's like, as long as the hair frames the face properly, it can be short, it can be long, it can be bobbed. But one bonus, I'm a fan of bangs. Always been a bang fan. But it's a bangfan.com.
Bang goes.
Makeup also, so here's the tricky part. So some girls wear a lot of makeup because they feel like they have to cover something, or there's also this deep-seated thing where they have something to hide as well. There's all this psychology about makeup as well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Dun,
but
dun, dun.
but I think makeup in the end is an expression of that person's vision of themselves. You know what I'm saying? So they look in the mirror, they envision this person, and they attempt to reach that using tools that have been given to them. So I can't be mad about any level of makeup. However, yes, some look like it's been overdone, but you almost have to give them a pass in the sense that they're trying to reach or achieve this certain or particular look. So makeup, good. If you don't need it, good. Hair, yes, it'd be nice.
Meat, good. Custard, good.
Veganism is the next topic on this list. So what's your take on veganism?
I have no problems with it whatsoever. I love it.
Awesome.
Sean?
Oh, Sean.
I
I don't know. Either way. I just point at Sean. I usually call him out all the time.
wait. Are you like full blown vegan now?
No.
Just vegetarian?
No, he had a
Yeah.
brownie last week, dude.
I had a brownie last
It was
week.
made
But
out
it
of
was vegan.
no
Had a brownie.
No,
Oh, it wasn't vegan.
no, it was made out of
So-
beef.
so
it
there
was a beef brownie. Some call it meatloaf, but Josh called it a brownie.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's your take?
I don't mind the lifestyle. I mind the hardcore vegans that shove the lifestyle in my face.
Yeah,
And not one that you know has.
Correct.
untrue.
I just again, it's the people that ruin it for me, not so much the lifestyle itself.
And that's a
Okay.
silly reason.
Okay. You know, it's not a silly reason. So there are a lot of okay. To bring politics and religion into the business, there are a lot of people who affiliate themselves with a certain political stance that's not pleasing not because of the political stance, but because the person who's representing it. On a religious side, it's the same thing. And usually it seems to be the people who have the loudest mouths are still the minority of thought and stuff like that. But yeah, so yeah, it's sometimes the people. You can't help that. Veganism for moi is, I would say, good if you can do it. More power to you. I think it's something that's admirable because I know that in its heart it means something to that person. So Joanna and I have talked about this all the time. Talked about reducing intake of meats and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and not much for anything else, but to stop supporting these places that just do it wrong. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That just the mass slaughter of animals.
And there's plenty of other good reasons too, but that's a big one.
Well, and the other thing is, I feel like we're meant to have the spread before us and choose from that which nourishes us. So I also believe in meatism, which is where you eat meat.
Is that a thing?
I'm gonna
Okay.
start it. Call
Okay.
if you guys want to join. It's like $50 a year, and you get free parking. That's what I got. But I think it's cool if you do that and you have a strong will and you choose to do it. Cool. Like Sean said, I don't like things shoved down my throat, which is a weird thing. I'm sure we'll have another topic to discuss that. But I don't like those kinds of things.
Yeah.
It won't turn me off from a movement, but it definitely shades the movement a certain way. But I think, again, there are valid points on either side.
I know a lot of vegans, and it's never been, shoved in my face. I've been explained the benefits and the reasons why it's good. But again, it's never been like, if you're not a vegan, we're not going to be friends.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's fine,
Yeah.
man. That's fine. I'll take that from vegans and meatins as
yeah.
well.
Meetings.
Meetings?
That leads us to the next topic on this very deep list, animal rights. Do you think animals should have the right to vote? Sean, go.
If they know the issues, yes.
Unbelievable. See? It's always the guy who's talking about if they know the issues.
You know what? If they were able to, yes, absolutely, because I'm sure that whatever it is probably going to affect them too.
You're damn right. Now, I'm sure when this person wrote animal rights, they did not
No.
did not
It wasn't
intend to talk
voting
about
rights.
voting. But
Hey, man.
Hey,
if
man.
you don't make it specific, we're
Specify.
gonna
we're gonna take a walk.
we're tailoring it.
So animal rights in at the end of everything, I think animals need certain protections. They should have certain protections, and not just the ones on some extinct list or getting close to being extinct. That's how you get to that list, is by not being on it. You know what I'm saying? And people like hunting you down until you make the list. So I think animals should be given certain protections
Yeah.
against man's, I don't know, greed, would it be in the end?
I mean, it's the same thing, almost the same thing with human rights. It's kind of sad that needs to be considered, right?
I don't know if I'd push it as far as human rights.
I'm making a comparison.
Yes, like human rights.
Simple.
Yeah.
I mean, simple human rights. You're just kind of like,
Similar.
why does this actually need to be a law?
Yeah, why do we have to tell a farm, not a farm, what do you call it? One of those mills that have all these chickens and stuff, like these
Puppy mill?
bigger mills. Yeah, chicken mill. that have just chickens wholesale dying in these warehouses so hot in those places, in those buildings too, and they just die off and the other chickens eat it.
Right.
Like, there should be some kind of process where that doesn't take place. If you're going to eat meat, eat it, but be conscious of where it's coming from and that kind of thing, so that you can support the correct way to do things. You know what I'm saying? And again, goes back to veganism, where vegans will tell you, oh, a nice, pleasant death is still a death. But I think in the end, there's something to be said for not being a douche about animals. You should take care of those things.
Yeah, less douchery.
Less douchery, more eatery. There is an email attached to this. So this was written by a
I bet I know.
Missy.
Oh, yeah.
Melissa.
Yeah.
Melissa. Okay. Thanks, Melissa.
Thanks, Melissa.
Sean is up.
All right. What do I got here? Sony's decision to cancel and then ultimately release the interview.
Wait, did they decide to release it again?
They're back and forth on it.
Oh, jeez.
Right now, I think Netflix is in the bid to actually release it on their
Straight to
streaming service.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Here's my deal with this whole thing. So people are calling Sony chicken or whatever or un-American because of the email. They're all the threats they've received and everything else. People are thinking, oh, Sony's a bunch of wusses, whatever. They backed out. Now, every theater that was going to premiere this movie backed out of premiering the movie. Sony then in turn pulled the movie because no one wanted to show it.
Yeah.
So it's not Sony. It's
Right.
because every theater. So all those
Well, I mean,
people getting mad and stuff.
It kind of started with them because they were kind of like, you guys can do what you want to do. Don't make us look like the bad guys. And then everyone kind of like pulled out and they're like, oh, well, no one's going to play it. So
Yeah. So anyway, it falls back on the theaters.
Wait,
That's what I'm saying.
wait, time
That's
out.
what I'm saying.
How does that work?
That's
They're giving them the option to play it or not.
yeah.
that's
not
with
look like
any
the bad-
movie.
Yeah, what's to
You
make
can't
them look like
make-
the bad guy?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You said to not, so they didn't look like the bad guy. Here's your
Yeah.
decision. What would make them look like the bad guy?
By them not having the courage to just straight up say, we're canceling it.
That's what people are saying. People are saying that's not courageous. People
Yeah.
are saying that Sony pussed out because this is America.
Okay, then
and
either
in
way.
America,
Okay.
we don't back down.
Either way, they tried to play the middle ground. They didn't say,
That's
they
what
didn't
any-
take a stance.
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
what any company should do.
Mm-hmm.
The theaters are the ones who took the stand and said we're not showing it, and then Sony just had to pull it.
I mean,
They-
I mean, I feel like it's fair. You know, like, hey, we don't know whether these threats are credible or not. Probably not.
So
I think most people would say probably not, but
But again, reading something like this or reading any of the news or actually watching the news, they're just hand over fist punching through Sony, just beating them down, blaming Sony for being wusses or whatever, when actually the only thing that had to do with Sony was the fact that it pulled the movie after no theater wanted to show it. So it's pointless. So it's not Sony. If I was to go after anybody, it would be talking to the individual movie theaters. And then it got to the point where even BHO, POTUS, said, hey, Sony, what WTF, why didn't you come talk to me before you pulled the movie? Which, at that point, you're like, well, clearly you also don't understand that it wasn't Sony, that it was these theaters who pulled the movie. So
It just sounds like Sony's the scapegoat and all this.
yeah, exactly. Because what are you going to do? Oh, AMC 20 Livonia. You know, what are you
Yeah.
going to blame like individual movie theaters? You can't. You can't run theaters down like that. Plus, Rogan famously and hilariously tweeted that the fact that this is all happening to a James Franco and what's his face movie, Seth Rogen movie, sounds like it's a movie written by James Franco and Seth Rogen. So
Well, it's funny you
the fact
mention-
that this is even happening is like
It's funny you mention that because there's a second part to this. Did North Korea really hack Sony, or was it an inside job?
that is an awesome question because how would we ever even know?
Right.
But let's say this, okay? Propaganda's changed hands from one nation to another. People do these things. People undermine and are subversive. It happens all the time. So it could have simply been an inside job, or it could have simply been North Korea.
yeah, I mean, this the whole thing kind of stinks,
It
right?
stinks.
The whole thing kind
It
of
stinks. It stinks.
Like, is this?
It smells like a wet fart.
I mean, is this really what we're supposed to believe, that like the cyber wars are going to be?
Yeah.
Are over movies?
Well, this is the fear for me right now. I will say this because it backends to a lot of the stuff that we don't want to happen. So they keep calling these, and I put them in quotes, cyber attacks, and they keep calling them hacks when all it is simply breaking in using the simplest form of getting in. We Sean and I are friends with a digital forensics guy, and he said it's really easy to get into these things because all you have to do is either guess the security questions, or if it's somebody famous enough, you can just pull the security questions from anywhere. You can get answers from anywhere.
Right.
And so it's not a hack more than it is someone just did diligent homework. I mean,
Yeah.
so, but what this is going to turn into, of course, what we see all the time is when there's a quote-unquote attack, then they batten down the hatches and you lose shit. Every time something happens, you lose something. I'm just waiting for that to come. So many cyber attacks in a row, and you're going to have legislation, and somebody's going to lock this shit down.
Yeah.
And this is the last bastion of freedom. And I feel like if they take that, we take a really big hit as a human race.
To roll on that train, you know who really, who's not helping that issue? Anonymous.
Anonymous, again, Anonymous could be viewed as
Their intents are good. I understand what they're doing, but the way they're going about it is just going to make it worse.
It's almost as if you could pull a question that says if it's an inside job with North Korea thing, okay, you could even point and say the same thing about Anonymous.
Yeah.
It could just be that easy. It could be just we've seen movies about this stuff all the time. So, Monsieur Josh.
Moving along. Good. Uh-oh. I'm dropping shit.
Oh, my God.
Good.
What are you eating today? What do you...
It's just you guys. Hey, you guys.
You guys... Who the hell wrote this?
We got no name, but it's just you
Let-
guys should talk about video games and comic books.
All right. Let's
We're
do it.
changing to a religion and politics format only. So I'm going to talk about my favorite religious leader, Rush Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh.
Video games and comic books.
Red
I
State.
feel like this has come from a person who's never listened to our show before.
What do you need?
Well,
I was just gonna take the paper back.
can I
powerbound it.
Oh, sorry.
Can I toss this out there?
Yeah.
I just when I went to Meijer the other day, I saw that they had these old school consoles, and they're like $30.
No shit.
They have Sega Genesis with 200 games
Oh, yeah.
at Meijer,
Yeah.
and they have
Super
Coleco.
Nintendo.
Is it ColecoVision?
Probably.
Yeah, they have all and television and all
Yeah.
these other
Yeah.
old school consoles. I'm waiting for a Super Nintendo one, but I don't think it's coming.
Yeah, and they just come straight up with like that 20-foot cable that you can just run to the back
But
of
it
the TV.
looks like the system caveat or cool linchpin part. You can put your game cartridge in the frickin' slot. It accepts the old Genesis cartridges and
Oh,
all that.
shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's my video game part.
I was one of my favorite places to go is Destiny Games in Canton, because they sell all of the old school shit from like the Atari all the way up to the PS4.
Do they charge ungodly amounts for that old school stuff?
Not that I've seen.
Okay, because
Like,
a
I've
lot of
s-
these places charging $70 for a Sega Genesis. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I didn't know they had that stuff. I'm gonna have to go wandering in there then.
Yeah, like if you get like the massive bundles, like the regular Nintendo with 2 controllers, all the Marios, the guns, then you're looking like $70-$80. But that's about what you would pay for it when it first came out anyway. For just a flat system, I think I saw Sega Genesis for like $25 a few months ago.
that's
so,
pretty good.
Yeah.
The amount of games included in these systems are crazy.
Yeah.
These little, and they're like $30. Dude, you could relive. And the controller is wireless.
No shit. Is it
So-
like the actual system controller?
Yeah, it's shaped and it's the exact same.
Oh, that's
That's
so cool.
that is pretty cool.
So the Intellivision ones come with the joystick and everything.
yeah.
It's really cool.
You
can go again?
Mystery writer.
Gonna go again?
No, mystery writer that wants us to talk about video games and comic books. The best piece of advice I can give you is keep listening to our show.
Keep listening. On the comic book side,
Stop listening. I don't want to listen. I don't want to.
on the comic book side, can I ask this
Phil.
really quick question, Phil?
Fire away, man. Yeah.
What do you guys think about these like DC, Marvel, and all that? How they keep swinging back and forth? I know it sounds weird, but they keep restarting these books, or they keep having like giant,
Yeah.
huge. Every couple of years, they have a huge event.
Well, no, that's the thing, man, and that's been going on since we were younger. Is there's always the huge summer event. But you're right. It
I don't
seems
remember
like
them in this frequency.
It-
I feel like they keep
no, it's
restarting
every
books.
summer. Every summer, there's always a huge event. It's not necessarily every book that they has it. It's not like universe wide.
Maybe
it was
that's
always
what
like
it is.
here's like a huge X-Men event for this summer. Then here's a huge Avengers event for like the next summer, and like
Because then they considered redoing Civil War.
and now it's like they're always involving the entire universe, and something
Yeah.
changes, and then
Yeah.
the whole history
And the history
changes, and
changes.
then they reboot
And then
again,
they reboot.
and it's like yeah,
I'm sick of reboots.
yeah,
I'm sick of the reboots.
yeah.
But all right,
They happen. They got to get their sales back up.
next question and/or statement. I most of the time feel like Bilbo Baggins, not because I have wanderlust, but because I have hairy feet and like to smoke weed. Does that mean I'm going to live until I'm 111?
Hopefully not.
Sean, could you check for police presence out that window?
I do see some flashing.
I do see some flashing. There may be police presence close by. What do we got, bud?
What do we got, bud?
Yeah, someone got pulled over.
Yeah,
Homeland.
somebody got pulled over. Someone's in trouble. Ooh. Are you out?
Nope, I got two more.
All right.
Short people. Are they really all descendants of leprechauns?
Come on.
Yes.
I feel like everyone's just taking jabs at me.
I think the obvious answer to that is yes.
Wait, I'm sorry. I
Short
forgot the
people
question. What is it?
Are
Short
short.
people. Are they descendants of leprechauns?
They're just
Probably not. Probably not.
no, they're not. They're descendants of Smurfs. Next question.
Leprechauns are special.
Yeah.
Leprechauns eat dog food.
It was Jennifer Aniston's
Do
first
they?
feature movie.
I don't know. Leprechaun. That's
Leprechauns are born in wicker baskets.
right. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they are. What's your next topic
Are
there,
delivered.
Josh?
They're delivered on doorsteps.
Give me
And,
that slick heat that you got over there.
favorite band and why? Slash, and that's a big slash. First concert.
Slash.
Ooh, first concert.
Shinedown.
Ugh.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
I
It was
actually
a
like
great
that.
concert.
Shinedown's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was a great concert.
Shinedown's awesome. Josh, what's your first concert?
My first concert was actually Lollapalooza.
Sarah
A
McLachlan.
big one.
Yeah, it had
Cher.
no, the two main acts were Primus and Alice in
Shania
Chains.
Twain.
Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yep.
Mine was Rob Zombie.
Really?
Yep.
So you didn't go to a concert until like 2007?
Correct. That is correct.
Did I nail the year?
No,
Oh man.
no, I didn't. Actually, my first concert.
Considering Rob Zombie's been around since like the 80s?
I'm gonna be
With White
complete.
Zombie?
Yeah, White Zombie. He said Rob Zombie.
I
though.
did say Rob Zombie, and I did go see Rob Zombie.
Your mom's a zombie.
My very first concert, pardon me, was a lot further back than that. Actually, hilarious story. My first concert was a mashup of 98 Degrees,
Oh
Britney Spears,
Yep, yep.
Britney Spears,
no.
Yep.
and the Backstreet Boys, and
so jealous.
it was at is it Pine Knob, where it's half outside, half
DTE
inside?
now.
DTE.
Yeah.
They have the covered pavilion.
They have the pavilion. We're
Yeah.
sitting outside the pavilion next to the walkway, right?
Right.
Who do I see walk by? Steve Eiserman
Nice.
No shit.
has his child on his shoulders
Oh.
and another child in tow. And I was like, hey, Steve Eiserman. He's like, yeah. And then kept
Yeah.
walking.
Yep.
That was my interaction with my very first
Okay,
Red
that's
Wing.
a cool side story, but what the hell were you doing there?
Interesting
Enjoying
enough,
music.
there's another side story to your question. So the very next day, I call Drew and Mike because I want to tell them that I saw Steve Eiserman at a Britney Spears concert because I wanted them to like have a good laugh and talk about it.
Yeah.
So I called Drew.
Who were you?
So I called Drew. I was.
This was for a female,
at the
wasn't it?
time. Yes.
Yeah, it was
At
for
the
a
time,
female.
I was seeing a much younger.
She was like
much younger
12.
female. She was. She was like 12.
Okay, so you
No,
went
she
on a
was
date.
awesome.
That was your reason. You went on a date
I went on a
to
date
go to this concert.
Went on a date to the concert. Anyway, so I call into Drew and Mike, and I tell them this story, and they have me on air, and they're asking me questions. They're like, "Oh yeah, so, where were you?" I'm like, "Well, we were sitting wherever," and I told them, and we saw Steve Eiserman, and he goes, and Mike goes, "The question is, what were you doing there?"
Turned it right
It
on you.
wasn't even.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I say, of course,
just-
I hung up the phone. So
You don't even defend yourself.
I'm
You're
gonna
like,
do-
wait, was I?
Yeah. I'm like, God, what was I doing there? But no, it was a pretty cool concert just because it was my first one. So anyway, that was mine.
Okay. I only have one left.
Me too. Oh, this one hurts. This one's personal to Mike and I. Beards, the sign of a non-masculine man.
Come to the microphone. Say that again. I really didn't hear you.
Beards, something.
Beards, the sign of a non-masculine man.
Okay.
Is that implying
Is
that
there-
if you have a beard, you're non-masculine? Is that?
I guess so.
Am I interpreting that correctly?
There's literally no punctuation to the end of this. So grammar, the sign of a
beards.
Beards.
non-bearded
The sign
person.
of a non-masculine man. Well, here's the deal. So beards, since the beginning of time, have been a sign of a masculine man. I mean, it just, let's go back as far as you'd like to go. In fact, the only reason why we
Actually
don't...
misspelled it. It's a non-masculine man.
Okay, whatever. We're not, we're not going to
Non-Michelin
pick
man.
on this guy or girl. No, it's actually the opposite. So at a time when Alexander the Great had taken over, vast swaths of the world known at the time, he commanded that his soldiers shave their faces because the beards could be grabbed in battle.
Yeah.
So all of Alexander the Great's army was the first shaven army. Then Rome, obviously,
That's a good
after
reason.
that, all Roman soldiers were clean shaven as well for the same reason. And you couldn't have long hair because A, it didn't fit in the helmet, and then B, it was something else to grab.
Mm-hmm.
See, these armies were built to be like mechanical killing machines. Okay? Go to like the Norse, the tribes, the northern tribes, the Germanic peoples, any of those northern, the Scandinavian peoples, they kept their beards and they basically said,
Yeah.
come grab it. That's what they would do.
I feel like if you're close enough to grab a beard, you're probably close enough to kill without touching it.
Well, in certain instances, yes, but it's just that one extra bit,
Right.
But, I mean, for all the Romans lacked in beards and long hair, they had a lot of tassels to grab onto. So it's just
Yeah.
a strange one hand to another. So the tradition of not bearding was born at that point.
Right.
But at
I
certain
feel
points,
like this person just baited you and you took it.
and I'm taking it. So at certain points in history as well, there was even czars in Russia
Yep.
who were taxing beards, and you had to carry a coin with you, to show that you had paid the tax because only noblemen wanted the pleasure of having a beard.
Yeah.
So they didn't want the common man having it, and if common man did have it, they were to pay a
Coin.
tax. So moving now to the future, as trends do and as they often will and
Ebb and
will
flow.
not, they do ebb and flow. They exactly did do that. So I don't know whether or not saying that something is masculine or non-masculine. I don't know. I can tell you that being clean-shaven doesn't mean you're not masculine.
Yeah.
It's an opinion thing, just like we answered for the hair and makeup for women earlier.
But
It's
I
all in the
think we,
person.
I think we all agree
Yeah.
that it doesn't matter what you have on your face. That's not going to make you masculine, or not masculine.
Are you saying mescaline?
Yeah.
It's you.
I don't.
Drug?
Yeah.
You're going to be masculine or
Us-
not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm perfect
Yeah.
example of that, right?
Yeah.
Of whether I have a beard on my face or not. I feel like you're gonna answer that question the same for me.
I think it's fine either way.
Hey,
I
ladies.
think it's fine.
Yeah.
It's whatever you like to do.
Hello.
There are literally no ladies. Oh yes, there are two. Josh, you're next.
Oh man, last one, and it's a Pamela. Oh, gross. Cankles.
Gross.
Cankles.
Yes.
Oh, Mikey says yes.
Yes. I'll take cankles.
Gross.
Wait, on
Sean
me
says
or
gross.
someone else?
Someone
Well,
else.
there's no specifications there, friend. So take it in any direction you'd like.
Cankles, I hate I don't know, just when they're on the outside of your lip. All right, so my paper here says, wasn't it cankle sore?
No.
Cankles, man.
Or is that a dinosaur?
Canker.
Is it cankle sore?
Right? Cankles.
Cankers. Yeah,
That's
it's
like-
canker sore. Cankles is when it goes from your calf straight to your foot.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
Yeah,
like
where it
John
looks like
Madden style?
Yeah.
it looks like you have an aerobic sock, but it's skin.
Yeah.
Meat. Yeah,
Meat.
that's why animals don't eat people a lot. Speaking of animals eating people, it's very strange. Dog food equals baby food. Discuss.
false.
Dog food equals baby food.
And
Are they
you
saying
know,
this
we
taste
should
are
maybe
the
we should
same?
save that and have Bert on as a guest because I've seen him eat dog food.
Mike and I have eaten dog treats.
We've eaten dog treats.
You
on
have
accident.
eaten dog treats.
Yeah.
That's right. You told
It
me.
was a piece of smashed liver. I was not impressed.
It wasn't terrible. Had they not said anything, I'd have been like, "Oh, this is some vegan liver treat."
I did. That's what I thought.
see,
I
shots
immediately-
fired.
No,
See,
I,
no.
I,
not-
I immediately thought it was like kale chips or something.
You
Yeah.
ate one too?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought you
was-
just.
we
I
were
did-
duped.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
he
you just
came
stood
in-
by and
he
laughed
came
at
into
him.
the tent like he was chewing a piece, and then he just went like that with the bag.
Oh.
And Mike took his piece. I got fed mine because I had my hands full. And then the secret was revealed.
You really got a dog treat.
Yeah, the secret was revealed that it was dog food. Mike's like spitting his out, and I'm like, "This isn't terrible, but
I couldn't get that taste out of my mouth for 6 months.
As far as my diet goes, I've definitely had worse.
And by the way, baby food equals dog food?
no, not at all."
No, babies.
No, I think babies eat pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like, we plan on, for instance, pureeing the food for baby Joseph,
Baby J.
baby Jay. So we're gonna puree his food and try it out, see how much of a hassle it is for us to do it, and then none of the dogs really get that kind of treatment. I
No.
mean, if I were to have to take a choice, I would take the baby food.
I would too. I mean, it's something you're feeding to a human.
They do eat something really gross. It's called puffs.
Puffs?
You guys ever had puffs?
It's
It's like yogurt,
maybe
yogurt puffs.
maybe not baby puffs.
They are absolutely disgusting.
Oh.
It's like eating an ass.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Does Baby J like them?
Doesn't he?
No, he's probably not eating puffs
He doesn't
yet, right?
eat those things.
Okay. But you've tried them already.
Yeah, I've tried puffs in a very strange setting, actually.
He was
I don't
high
wanna-
on mescaline.
I don't want to talk about it.
Let's not talk about it.
And this note literally says, "The taint, danger zone or pleasure zone." Gentlemen,
Sean?
I've never tried to pleasure my taint. I've really just left it alone.
Oh, we're going pleasuring your own?
You
can't pleasure your own
left it
taint.
alone. I mean, I have never heard of such thing. I don't know that there's a porn category for
Well,
it.
what
I
if
haven't seen
there's-
it in my
What
adventures.
if you were going to pleasure one other's taint?
one others?
Wha-
Another's, you mean?
I was trying to word it fancy.
Because you don't want two people being pleasured at the same time.
I
God
mean, have
forbid.
either of you like focused?
Don't-
like,
don't.
Oh, this is the taint. I mean, that's never been my.
Let me.
It's either vagina or butthole.
There. So
One or the other.
so there. No.
One's
there,
getting a tongue. One's getting a finger.
It's. I think it's. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. So
I hate this show.
so there is actually a special move, but I'll leave it to the imagination of the listener, or their Google search results. So
The
either
taint
way,
breaker.
there is. So it can be both. I'm gonna say it can be
I was
both.
gonna
a
say, could
danger
it be
or
both?
pleasure
But
zone.
can I lean towards danger?
No, listen. A clean taint is always a pleasure zone. Boom.
Is it
That's how that
connected
goes.
to any nerves?
Boom.
What?
Is there any like?
Yeah.
Is it nerve?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
there's-
poke mine later.
All right,
We're gonna get this.
You need to Google that. Don't.
Danger
yeah.
zone.
Well, we're all done. We've ripped through the envelope. All the suggestions. I think we're taxed out, huh?
Yeah.
So let's talk about Christmas, because Christmas is coming.
It's today.
Technically, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, it is gonna be.
Merry Christmas,
Everyone.
It is because we're live.
To
Oh, yeah,
you.
we're totally doing this right now in your ear.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We have a couple of topics we can dig into. Like, what has been your favorite gift that you've ever received? What is your tradition for the day? Let's talk about it.
If we're just gonna go straight up like back to kids and presents.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to do like the sentimental thing, just kind of.
I
Like,
love
oh,
it.
spending time with people you don't
I
see
love
very
it.
often.
That
blah, blah,
beard
blah.
makes
But
you masculine.
what?
You shaved?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. When I got my Super Nintendo, that was probably my favorite because it was also pretty unexpected because it came from my dad, and he was typically like,
A non-gifter?
no, like he was a gifter, but it was kind of just kind of like, well, I'll just kind of get you whatever I'm gonna get you, and it.
You want a Super Nintendo? Here's a pair of underwear.
Yeah, the toys and
Here's
vid-
an apple slice. Have a nice day.
toys and video games and all that kind of stuff typically came from like my mom and like that side of the family and everything. So like I got all that stuff, for my mom, and then we went over to our dad's for the weekend and everything, and he brings out like one box, and I was just kind of like, all right, what's this? I opened it up, and it's my Super Nintendo. I was
and
pretty insanely excited about that.
When my friend Jason got his PlayStation 2 for Christmas,
Oh,
he all right, we're gonna let Josh watch this.
I'm just eating a banana.
well,
Yeah,
We're gonna let Josh watch this. No,
you're
he's-
teasing.
He's
You're
over
teasing
There.
is what you're doing.
He's over there.
whole banana's gone. One bite.
So it was a PlayStation 2, you were saying?
When my friend Jason got his PlayStation 2 for Christmas, his dad unboxed it and then wrapped all the parts individually.
Oh,
So like his power cord came in a box, his controller, the video cable.
Did he make them work for him too? Make what's
open
that,
the shitty ones first.
No,
where you
what's
wouldn't
what's
know.
that thing that you do when you make somebody go on a
like a scavenger hunt?
scavenger hunt? Yeah, thank you.
No. He was. I would assume every family was like this, where you got to open one gift on Christmas Eve.
Right. Right.
Jason happened to pick the power cord for his PlayStation 2, and he opens it.
And he's like,
and
what?
our families, because they were neighbors, we just go over to their house for Christmas because it was just my mom and I. And he opens it and he goes, "What's this?" And I knew what it was right away because I had a PlayStation 2 already. And I almost ruined it for him because I got excited because now not only could Jason come over to my house and play video games, but I could go over there when my mom was pissing me off. So then Christmas came and he's like, "Oh, I got a PlayStation 2." I was like, "Yeah, I saw you got the power cord last night."
It's hilarious. Yeah, I like when parents are sneaky about giving their kids gifts. My parents, one time as a child, my brother wanted the Batmobile, and I think it was Batman Returns. It might have been Batman Returns.
Was he straight up asking
Was that
for,
like a 97, huh?
for a car or a toy?
That was Batman Forever.
Toy. Batman Forever.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So he wanted the car. No, it had to be earlier than that.
Batman Forever was probably
It had
No,
to be
Batman
Batman
Rob-
Returns, dude.
No,
'cause
Batman Returns was 92.
That was it then.
Okay.
It was early 90s.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
because Batman Returns
That
was
was the-
92. I think Batman Forever was like 95, 96.
Batman Returns with
51, 52. you know
Penguin.
220, 221.
what? So my brother wanted the Batmobile, and I wanted the Batwing, right?
Yep.
So my parents, anyway, we get home later on. We have gifts under the tree, and my brother and I make this very sneaky plan that at night we wake up in the middle of the night and go sneak and take a peek at what we're gonna get. So of course we do that. We get caught. We get caught doing it. We get caught doing it. And because I had looked at mine, well, we actually gave each other's gifts, so that when I was looking at was his gift, and he would look at mine, so we wouldn't technically ruin the surprise, but you could kind of tell each other if you got what you wanted. Yeah, it all got screwed up. So because they found out that we looked, they made me keep the Batmobile and my brother keep the Batwing, and I was like, "Are you serious? I don't even want this stupid car thing, man. I want
Didn't
that
you just
ship
trade,
thing."
though? Like, did you guys? I mean, you're smart kids, I would assume. So you just ended up trading.
just
I take
trade
it?
in secret.
We had to trade in secret,
Yep.
otherwise they'd be taken away.
Ah.
We traded in secret, but when we'd play with them, unfortunately, we had like real shitty look on our face, and they'd be like pushing the Batmobile around, like, "Yeah, I'm having fun."
Brother
Sucks.
crashing it into a wall.
Because
all
this was the
pissed
one
off.
that I wanted.
You know what this doesn't do? Fly. Okay, this is bullshit.
Batman Forever, when that movie came out, they launched their own toy line like all the Batman movies do. And they had a car, the Batmobile, the Batboat, and the Batwing.
The Batboat was sweet as fuck.
And it disassembled. So it was 3 in 1.
Oh,
So I tell my mom I wanted the Batmobile. I was like, I want the Batmobile. I think it was for my birthday. She's like, oh, okay. So there's this big box, and she goes, I think this is what you wanted. And I opened it, and it's got the Batmobile from Batman Forever, and then it's got the wings, the wheels, and then the boat came with like a little sleeve you slid in there.
yeah.
It's still one of my favorite toys.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. I tried to put the wings and the sled on for the boat, and it just fit. So it looked like a giant torpedo.
Sean has better mom than anybody. Whatever,
I do.
man.
I love my mom.
That was
Whatever,
probably
I don't even care about
love
it.
your mom too.
stealing off a little bit of your story there, Mikey.
Go ahead.
That was probably like one of kids' favorite traditions always, wasn't it? getting
Yeah.
to that tree or getting to wherever the presents were and just looking at them and trying to figure out what they were.
It's tough because you'd shake a box and you weren't quite sure. Yeah, remember National Lampoons and the cats going crazy in there.
Yep.
She wrapped
And
up
then
the
she made
Jello.
You made the Jello with cat treats on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was some wonder to it. Still, it was cool. Now, it's not that I don't want anything for Christmas. You know,
In a way, you kind of don't.
in a way, my tastes have changed and they've become more expensive.
Well,
So
yeah.
what do I want for Christmas? I'd like an Xbox One. You know what I'm saying? So here's $400 no one's going to spend on me.
Yeah.
So what I do instead, and we have a Christmas list thing going on with my wife's family, and everybody submits to this Elfster. .com weird Christmas sharing list thing, and each person uploads what they want for Christmas, and we all pick names. Everybody keeps the name a secret. You go Secret Santa shopping. Boom, you get what your person wants off of this list. But you can also see what everybody else has on their list just for shits and gigs. So anyway, last year I did the same thing and I did this year, but what's cool with the Elfster was I was able to upload a link. So because my tastes are kind of expensive and I don't expect anyone to get me these kinds of things, I shifted my focus from a long time ago. I think, again, long time ago being a couple of years, feels like lifetimes. But the only thing on my Christmas list is donating meals to Gleaners.
Nice.
For like $30, they feed 75 people.
Dang.
So I want that and then I looked at it, and to take a page from your book, when I looked at this page and I saw how cheap it was to feed people, I got choked up. I'm like, why don't I feed people all the time?
Right.
Why don't I give to this all the time? Like, people need food. Sucks that people are hungry. So
Hang
anyway,
on a second.
yeah.
What page from my book?
Like the
You saying
being
because-
all crying.
Oh, because I'm a crier.
Yeah, you cry.
You're right.
Especially-
crying.
Especially when you hold him down.
It's all right,
Tickle
friend.
him. You
It's
tickle
all
him a little bit, he farts, and then he starts
Peas.
crying.
Peas a little bit.
It's okay.
He pees. But yeah, what's cool is if you go to Gleaners, they're Michigan-based food bank.
Again, cool. Yeah.
Really cool. So you get to keep it in-house. People like helping, and I feel like if you don't specifically need anything, it's cool to throw meals for people who need food on your Christmas list. I'm just throwing that out there. So
That is cool.
I'm
I
not
like
trying
that.
to make anybody feel guilty.
You're doing
I
a
just-
really bad job of
Well, the
that.
things I want are so overpriced. So like I
Yeah.
said. But
I am 100% selfish.
If you're not going to get me a new car, I
Yeah.
guess just do this.
I mean, not even that. So I would also ask for things that were, $60 or $70 range, and I'm still like, God, that's so expensive.
Yeah.
And then again, I look at this page and I'm like, $70 can feed thousands of people. Like, why would
Right.
I want my
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah. No,
It
that's cool.
sucks. Yeah. So that's my Christmas.
Cool.
Like I said before,
Sean
I'm,
don't care.
I'm super selfish when it comes to stuff like this.
By the way, it's not true. Sean is full of shit. He's
Yeah.
not super selfish. He's a
No.
liar.
I know
But he also likes his toys.
I was going
And
to
that's
say,
fine.
I do things for people most of the time. Every once in a while,
You
me.
like people doing you.
Me.
Yeah.
In the words of Julia Roberts, me.
And that's fine. Hey,
Yeah.
did you guys hear that AMC is doing a test run in certain markets, charging people a monthly fee, and you can come watch a movie? What? How many times? One per day.
One per day.
One per day. Did you see what the fee was?
$35.
God damn.
And that's the basics one.
That's
I believe
awesome.
it's 40 or 45 if you want to be able to have access to 3D and IMAX movies.
Dude, why isn't this already in action? I would love that. One per day movie.
I would hate that. You know the pressure that puts on you?
It does.
Oh my god, I gotta watch all these movies. Plus, you know what?
No.
There are times when movies suck.
No. Not that you have to watch them all, but which one do you go to for free?
Well,
You get one
can
per
go,
day.
The thing is yeah, it's like
You're not seeing the undue pressure.
it's
You're
the
not seeing
time.
pressure there.
No.
When you get that, you go in there and you're like, I could go see Man of Steel, or I could go see Marvel's Avengers. What do I want to see?
I'll be like,
now?
oh, I'll go see Man of Steel right now. Tomorrow I'll see Man of Steel again. Thursday, Man of Steel again, and then I'll go see Avengers when I feel like it. I loved Avengers. By
If
the way.
Man of Steel was in there.
Man of Avengers, sign me up.
It kind of depends on your it depends on your time really, because
Yeah.
you really need to see to kind of break even. You really need to see at least like one per week.
Did they say anything about time as well? Like these primetime movies, or are they just you can come in
As
from 12 to 3?
As far as I know, I don't think there is a limitation on the time.
One thing I've noticed with like Imagine Rewards and the MJR card and stuff is a lot of production studios also have a hand. So like I think it's Imagine where you can see any movie between this time and this time that's non-Sony produced movies, because Sony doesn't play into their rewards card.
You're saying, yeah, for the rewards thing.
Yeah,
So,
so-
maybe there'll be something like this.
Some caveat like that.
But maybe this is in conjunction only with the theater itself.
that could be.
And the theater would pay any kind of levy against the ticket. I think that's awesome.
You get enough people to sign up for it, they can do whatever they want.
Well, look, Netflix is an it's an unwatchable number of things.
I
on
know.
it. But that's $9 a month, and you get all that content.
Yeah.
For $35 a month, you get the theater experience and
Well-
new movies. That's
well,
pretty sweet.
Look at the pain we go through searching through Netflix,
Constantly.
trying to find something you want to watch.
Because
You're
there's
like,
too many.
"Oh,
There
it
are
is.
too many choices.
There it is. You'd go through the same thing at the theater.
There are too many choices.
Yeah.
I think at the theater though, you get like
you get
7 movies.
Yeah, you get like 13 choices as opposed to like a billion.
a billion. Yeah, there's shit on Netflix I'll never watch.
I'm typically more of a specific kind of thing, Like even if I'm doing that, if I'm wandering, I'll usually just kind of be like, all right, I'm wandering aimlessly through all of these and I'm not picking anything. So let me just try to narrow down like what Christian Slater movies are on Netflix. I'm going to find those and I'm going to
love that you said that.
and I'm going to pick one of those, So I'll just do something like that. But no, the movie thing is awesome because I do really love going to the theater, but
the experience.
35 may be a tad too high.
You think so? That's what 5 tickets.
Only because, and maybe it would still work out and balance out, but I know me. I know there's going to be times where I just kind of like, oh, it's like my short week. I have like 3 or 4 days off or whatever, so I don't have really much going on. I'm going to go to the movies, even though they only
Yes.
give you the one per day. But like, yeah, I'll go 3 or 4 days in a row, whatever. I'll go check out a movie.
I like it.
And then there's going to be times where I don't go for like 2 months.
There was a time.
Cancel your subscription, resubscribe.
Well, did either of you guys actually do the Netflix actually in the mail, like DVD?
Yeah.
yeah, way back,
subscription?
way
Yeah.
back.
And how many times did you end up keeping those things forever? And you're just like, this isn't worth it.
I got
Well,
lucky.
it was just the laziness of not dropping it in the goddamn box, dude.
Well,
My
the same-
brother's cat knocked his. My brother was doing Blockbuster online, and his cat knocked one of his. It was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Ugh.
Yikes.
Knocked it under the refrigerator,
Smart cat.
and and my brother kept getting letters for like, you owe us $80, for this movie. I'm like, damn, $80.
I would probably make pretty good use of it though, because I'll go to the theater by myself. That doesn't bother me.
That is so much fun.
That doesn't bother me either. I love that back row.
Especially if you can go, if there's no time restrictions, and I can go to the 10:30 p.m. show by myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The thing I love about it, and like Josh said, there are times when I want to see a movie once a week. There are times when I have done this before, where I'll see like 3-4 movies in a day.
Yeah,
You should-
I've done that too.
If they
I don't
were
know
to
about
be-
3 or 4, but I've done.
Oh,
multiple,
God, yeah.
multiple
I've done a
movie day.
double feature before.
Yeah,
I
you
timed
have.
it to where I could see 22 Jump Street, Chef, and one other movie, and each movie got better as it went down.
Oh, it sounds like a horrible day.
It was amazing.
Ugh.
It was actually when we were checking gold. You were working for me that day.
Of course, I was working.
I
for
ignored
you,
the
dude.
shit out of your messages.
That's
Like,
what.
nope,
That's what I do
movies.
as your boss. Is I went in and worked for you.
But he was
I pulled a
texting
you
me.
and was like, nope.
He,
Mike's
Yeah.
texted me, nope.
yeah, he acknowledged that I texted him, and then he did a really stupid thing.
Yep.
By not returning my text.
Exactly.
Because that day I died.
Thankfully.
I died. I was just calling to say my goodbyes.
Uh, If they were allowed, if they ever did it to where you could save up, so like let's say you don't go to a movie for 2 weeks.
What do you want? Rollover minutes?
Yeah,
like
rollovers.
rollover to movies.
Rollover
Then
movies.
I would jump on it indefinitely.
It's not gonna ever be rollover movies.
If you paid like $60 a month
Yeah.
for unlimited, for
Forget
unlimited,
it. At that point, go watch the movie as many times as you want. You probably wouldn't hit $60, unless it's Jump Street 22.
the movie's good.
Well, and I think another
Backwards.
thing that needs to be highly considered too, and I don't know I don't know that anything was said about it at all, but there should probably be some type of like pair, a couple or like family plan or something.
Au pair,
So it could be, you and
lady friend,
lady friend, girlfriend, wife.
or your wife and
pointed to Sean.
or wife and girlfriend. Just bring them both.
I am quite pretty.
No, it's so you're just kind of like, oh well, I'm covered. Go buy your ticket.
Dang,
Yeah.
you gotta be cruel about it. Well, that actually leads into this other thing.
What thing?
This thing about, can a woman and a man be friends? Is it possible that a man can hang out with a woman without coitus?
Yes.
It is.
And we're done. And we're done.
It
We
is,
finished.
but with the way the culture is nowadays, it'll never be seen that way.
Is life just one massive Tinder app? That's what I'm asking. Can we
Nope.
yeah. Can we just flip through people and find the ones we like and hang out with them? Of course. But what if some of them are female? I mean, are you ever put in a position where you were friends with a female and it made things very difficult for you?
I mean, I've had female friends that I've never been attracted to. Sexually.
All right.
Yeah. Like they never made my Jimmy's wrestle.
Someone did not make Sean's pants tight.
No.
No, and that's fine, dude. And that's fine. I agree with both of you. I think it can be done. I think it is being done on a daily basis.
It's just
I don't know. I
it's
think
this culture. They don't accept that for some reason.
it's the old wives thing. It's like, old wives' tale, I
Yeah.
guess. That like if you have a female friend, you must want to sleep with her.
Right.
I have some male friends I'd like to sleep with.
My
I'm kidding.
He's staring right at Josh. by
I
the
am
way.
looking at Josh's pants.
My sister-in-law is best friends with her ex-husband right now. They get along better now than they did when they're married.
It's crazy talk.
And everybody's like, "Oh, she's probably sleeping with him or something." They're trying to cause this kerfuffle that just doesn't need to be there with my
Right.
brother and her.
Right.
It
Because
doesn't make
fuck a
sense.
kerfuffle out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Plus, we know people who are best friends with their exes,
Yeah.
just better friends now than they've ever been.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with a coitus.
I think it has something to do with, like, when you're together, when you're married or whatever, there's almost like a certain level you can't share. I can't even talk.
I
This guy.
don't even understand it. I think coitus gets some tickly.
It got me so tickly.
Yeah, as you were saying.
What were you saying? Sorry.
I'm going to let him finish because his laugh really takes over the audio.
Well, no, my thing is, what are you eating right now?
I moved it away.
What are you eating?
I'm not eating.
What is this?
anything.
What is this podcast brought to you by?
Oh,
was a coffee.
wait a minute. I thought we brought it up already.
No.
I tried.
He tried.
You were only halfway done at that time.
Yeah.
That's a coffee cake muffin.
Is that a real muffin, or has it been made from unreal things?
No. Yeah. It's not super real. It's sort of real. It's a yogurt muffin.
It's not a vegan apple spice loaf?
It's a yogurt muffin, so it's not vegan.
That's crazy town.
Yogurt.
As you were, I'd like to unpause Sean. Just
I'm
push
not
play.
even. I have no idea where I was going with that.
Deliver us your story in a wicker basket.
Yeah, bring it in.
I
hot
got
in a wicker
nothing.
basket.
No, I'm serious. I forgot where I was going with that.
The friends with the wife, the ex-wife
Yeah,
thing.
it's,
I mean,
it's
I
gone.
kind
I'm
of.
gone. I'm out.
Okay, Sean's out.
I have. I mean, I can kind of pull from like both sides of that. Really, with my friendship with Michelle. She's kind of like my shining beacon, my example of like a guy and a girl, able to be friends, and not even just friends, but like really good friends. So much so that every single one of my other friends thinks what you're talking about, what you're bringing up.
Hey,
Yeah.
Josh, when you go after Michelle? Almost
all the
every
time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Well,
Poor
you
guy.
can't. Sometimes that's just what happens because people see things and they'll make
Assume.
assumptions, right?
Yeah.
And they want to put you in a category not because of you and her, but because it's more comfortable to put people in little categories. So it's so confusing if two people are talking to each other, or see each other, or hang out with each other, or if the opposite sex.
Question:
Answer.
Jinx.
Damn it.
who's the biggest offender of that, male or females?
I think
Males?
females.
What?
Females, dude, there are females who are like, I don't talk to other girls because they're crazy, so I just hang out with dudes. I hear that more
I
often
do
than
hear that a
anything
lot.
I mean, the
else.
ones making the accusations are just like, oh, there's got to be something
Females.
going on. Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I was gonna go with males.
Nope.
No. And I'll say it again for the same reason I just said that.
Just the cattiness.
that you hear, that immediately it's like, why doesn't why don't they just start dating? Well, because they've been friends since the 3rd grade. So
Yeah.
maybe this isn't
It's a little weird now.
Maybe this isn't a Wonder Years type situation.
Oh, Winnie.
Man, Winnie was great. Also, cool thing. Speaking of Winnie, first of all, rest in peace, Joe Cocker.
Yeah. Rest in peace, buddy.
Rest in peace, man. Thanks for
We killed
rocking.
him.
Thanks for rocking us out. And he did do the intro song to
The Wonder
Wonder
Years.
Years, yeah.
Yes, sir.
which is a great song, by the way. I got drawn into that series. Yeah, I think I may have already talked about that.
So where were you going? You
I was
started
saying,
the-
speaking of, I was just leading
Yeah.
into
The
Oh.
Wonder Years.
The Wonder Years?
which is which
Oh.
I'm very impressed with.
Yeah.
I didn't
I'm
catch
at
on to
least
that.
watching an episode or 2 a day
Nice.
because I don't want to ruin it. So we're still in season 1. I have 9
Dang,
years.
You're
to
really
go.
taking your
I
time.
got 9 years to catch up on.
Fred
It's a good show.
Savage is a tot in that one, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 years old.
and he's brilliant.
With
I
shit in
can't
his
believe it.
pants and-
He put Haley Joel Osment to shame.
And his
You
dad.
really like HJH, don't you?
I do like HJH,
sorry.
but you know Dakota Fanning was also another child star
Yeah.
who was just
Ugh.
it just wasn't very good. Well, thank you for joining us on yet another episode of Tales from the Void podcast. We have been your illuminating hosts.
Yeah, I'll have a cold one.
I'm Joshy. Thank you.
More than a minute in the microwave is too long. I'm Mike. We'd like to give a shout out to our brothers in airwaves, the One Up Cup. Find them on Facebook and Twitter at One Up Cup, and visit their blog at oneup-cup.com. We love you, Chris Johnston.
Chris and Bird and Tom.
Chris and Bird and what was his name? Thomas. Also remember to visit our sponsors, Detroit Grooming Co. Get all your gentleman needs there. Beard oils, pomades, mustache waxes, combs, brushes, you name it. Everything for grooming and not your dog. Visit them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Detroit Grooming Co. Also, Cellar Door Soap and Skin. Clean your skin. If it smells so good, it should be a sin. We love you, Brandon. CellarDoorSoapandSkin.com on the web. Cellar Door Soap and Skin on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Lastly, don't forget to check us out. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well at Tales from the Void. And Tales from the Void cast on YouTube, iTunes, SoundClouds. Check us out. Go to the site to check us out now. Check us out. Thank you for listening, everybody. Good night.
And
Holy
Merry
kerfuffle.
Christmas.
Merry
Oh.
Christmas to you.
Happy Hanukkah and other non-religious holidays for people who are religious.
Don't say happy